Good morning, children. I hope you are safe at home. How are you all? Fine today? Okay. Today I'm going to take you to the world of poetry. I already told you that in this first unit you have to learn one short story and one poem. Short story we already discussed. It was really beautiful story, and the next one is that is the poem. I can tell you one thing that I love poem very much other than any fiction because it has different kinds of feelings, one's own experience, emotions, one's own thoughts, imagery, and it has loads of literary devices to make the poem more beautiful. Let me ask you one question. How many of you love poem? Do you love the poem? Because it has its own sense of beauty, the beauty of the language and the verses. It can be stolen the heart of the readers. I still remember the poets in my mind. It's already stacked. I can give you the poets Alfred Lord Tennyson's, William Shakespeare, then Percy Bysshe Shelley, then Robert Frost, the Rodmore take on its very amazing poem. And one of the favorite poet in my life, that is William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Today we are going to discuss the poem The Squirrel written by Mildred Armstrong. Let's go to the poem. You have to come along with me and read along with me and to understand the sense of beauty of the poem. Children, you may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. What did it look like? Here is the poet's description of just such a squirrel. Please listen the poem. Now I am going to recite the poem The Squirrel. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play, and if you ran around his tree, he went the other way. I repeat, he wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play, and if you ran around his tree, he went the other way. Do you understand anything from the poem? Yes, the poem is about a squirrel. Do you check how many lines are there in the poem? It's a very short poem. It has only 6 lines. Do you notice the tail of the squirrel? How does it look like? You just notice the tail of the squirrel. If you don't notice, you just scroll it back. Then observe the tail of the squirrel. How does it look like? It seems like a question mark. What does he do? He eats a nut. Can you similarize the tail of the squirrel with any other object? Yes, we can. According to me, what I observe, it seems like a hockey stick. Okay. Now I am going to give you the summary of the poem. In the poem The Squirrel, the poet Mildred Armstrong describes a squirrel that he observes in his garden. The poet describes how the squirrel covered in grey fur sits in an upright position on a tree branch eating a nut. His tail looks like a question mark because of its bent shape. The happy and lively squirrel loves to play with the poet and her friends. Whenever they ran around his tree, he would run to the other side of the tree. The poet tells us about the nature of the squirrel, that it is innocently naughty and likes to tease anyone who comes near him. I hope you understand the poem. Thank you and have a nice day.